writing is one of the most powerful ways of expression aside from speaking. So it is imperative that we as educators teach our students the correct way to express themselves when writing. And no, I'm not just simply talking about writing essays. I'm talking about writing in general. So today I want to share with you some things that you can do to get your students to love writing. And I will admit that when I talk to teachers, one of the things that they hate most to teach is writing. They don't like to teach writing. But I do have a video that talks about the ways to teach writing, and I'll be sure to link it in the notes below. But let's get into this today and talk about ways in which we can cultivate a love of writing within our students. One of the first ways we're going to do that is have them feel comfortable about writing. We have to create a comfortable space for our students to write. We have to let them know it's a safe place. It's okay if they're writing. It's okay to express themselves. It's okay to be creative. It's okay to be comfortable. And a part of creating a comfortable environment may include creating comfortable furniture, having comfortable places for our students to sit, and just make them get out of their shoes, whatever it takes to make them feel comfortable as they're going through the writing process. We're talking about making our students feel comfortable during the writing process. One of the things that we can do is to provide them with positive feedback. We can provide them with that emotional support that they need while they're writing. We need to encourage them to think about what they're writing. We don't need to be so negative Nancy that we're getting on them about every little thing that we don't think is right. Because remember, our students now write totally different than we do. They have different opinions than we have. And so if we're going to foster love of writing, we have to allow the various modes of writing. And another thing we're going to have to do is incorporate some creative writing prompts. You know, one of the hardest things for me to do as a writer is to get started. A lot of times they need a way to brainstorm, and to start our new writers off, it's a good idea to use writing prompts. Give them a prompt to help them get started. Give them something that they can focus on and to help them get those juices going. And while they're doing it, allow them to do that whole process that we go through. And one of the things that I heard somebody else say, and I just absolutely love, is to do the 3 columns. If I'm writing and I'm using the characters, what I'll do is, what does that particular character, what does my character see? Or what does the person that's reading this, what do they see? What do they think? How do they feel about what's going on? And that helps me be more creative. And it's one of the ways in which we can get our students to delve a little more deeply into what they're writing. Stop and think about what your character's seeing. What are they thinking? What are they feeling? How is your reader feeling? It's to get our students to make personal connections with what they're writing. They can make those real world connections, or they can make connections with themselves. I find that I write a whole lot better when I can relate what I'm writing about to something that has happened to me. And so the way you're going to get your students' juices flowing with this is, 1, give them the prompt that has to do with self-reflection. Give them that prompt. Give them something to reflect on. One of the next ways you're going to be able to do that is through conversations, through classroom conversations that connect the topic they're writing about with some events that are happening in the real world. Your students need to know why they are writing. Why are they writing? What is the goal for this whole thing that they're doing? Even if they're doing a creative writing piece, they need to know why they're writing. How is this going to help me? How is this making me a better person? And they need to know that better writers are better readers, and good readers are good writers. So it also helps them to want to read more and to get them reading. And as we're reading more, we're exposed to a variety of different types of writing. And so then they can see for themselves how this connects. But make sure as you're teaching your students about writing that they can see how this connects to them, how it connects to real life. Let's get technical. Our students are on social media, and I mean as early as 1st grade. Our students are on social media, and they're writing and they're posting. And so you can incorporate technology into your classroom. Make technology a part of the writing process. And one of the ways you can do that is by having a blogging forum for your class where you can ask a student to be a guest writer on the blog. Before we go any further with this video, if you have not already, please give this video a like, a thumbs up, and that you subscribe so I can continue to give you more teaching tips and hacks. And I will see you back in the video. And not only does one particular student or 2 or 3 little students get to post on the blog, allow all of your students a chance to be authors. Allow them to write pieces that can be published on the blog. And also while they're blogging or doing these writing prompts in class, encourage them to incorporate other forms of media into their writing. Have them embed a YouTube video. Have them to make their own reel or TikTok or whatever you want to call it, and have them place it inside their writing just like they would with a real blog. Foster a writing community. Make your classroom that safe place, that community of writers. That means allowing your students to grade each other, to do peer review, to talk amongst themselves and decide what's the best thing that they can do for their writing. What improvements do they need to make? Do they need to change something with the character? Are they following the plot? Are they getting off topic? Are they talking in the same person? Did they start at first person and go to third person? Allow them to do peer reviews. Just like you have book clubs, you can have writing clubs. Writing clubs where the students can get together and talk about their writing pieces. I was about to say books, but they're writing pieces. If they're writing books, and some of them will, allow them to share their books with their classmates. Turn this into a full-blown luncheon, just like you would with a book club. Have snacks, invite guest speakers, have presentations, and as I said before, let them talk to them about the writing process, the things that they go through. Let them see that they can actually make money through writing. And it doesn't just have to be a famous author. It can be any author. And it doesn't have to be an author of books. It can also be a blogger. Let them understand that they can make money by belonging. They can also write for magazines. Introduce them to the wonderful world of writing through your class. And one of my absolute favorite ways to get my students to love writing is to host writing contests. Give them a challenge. Let them write. Give them a prize. Make sure you have an overall winner. Make sure you recognize everybody that participated. But turn this into a contest. Most of our students like to compete, so this is an ideal way to get them to writing and to get them to enjoying writing. And so I wanted to share with you today how we get our students to foster a love of writing. Thank you so much for listening. This has been LaWanda Shields with 2 Key Classrooms. And I'll see you guys in the next video.